FCBO Baseball on NESN is brought to you by Westfield Bank, what better banking's all about. Bay State Health, the official healthcare provider of the Westfield Starfires. Bay State Health, advancing care, enhancing lives. CHD, positively life-changing. Health New England, where you matter. And by IBS Electronics and Security, securing your future. Top of the ninth inning here at New Britain Stadium. We've got a close one as we head to the ninth. 2-0, Westfield on top. And you saw what happened at the end of last inning. LT Pear gets out of a bases-loaded jam. It was the Bees' best chance of the night to score, and he was absolutely fired up when he got out of that inning.
Yeah, and for good reason. I mean, the game on the line there. I mean, the Bees fans were taunting him mercilessly when he came out of the bullpen, able to shut them up and escape the inning with this team still in the lead.
It'll be Meade back on the mound for another inning of work. He faces off against Devin Kellogg. Kellogg 1 for 3 tonight. Single, flyout, and a ground out. The 0-1 in there for strike two. Meade, 2 innings of work, 2 hits, no runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts so far to his credit. But he has 1 more inning to go before the Bees get their last ups. 0-2 misses low, goes to 1-2. We've seen pitchers tonight so far get out of a lot of jams. It's been pressure-packed situations, and for the most part, they've been able to get out of it as Kellogg strikes out right there for the first out of the 9th inning.
Yeah, Meade back out on the hill for another inning of work out of the pen. I mean, he's really shown the type of competitor he is tonight. Like you said, Don, a number of relievers have worked their way out of jams, Meade being one of them. And, you know, able to get outs even when his best stuff isn't working.
And that one runs in on Porcaro. He'll get hit in the knee and jog down to first base. It was on a breaking ball, so not too hard, but the Starfires have a man on with 1 out.
Yeah, and that's why you wear the shin guard. Much rather take, you know, an off-speed pitch off the shin guard than, you know, have a fastball up near my head.
So with 1 out now and 1 runner on first base, it brings up Eric Callahan to the plate. Back to the top for the Starfires with Porcaro, their leadoff man. Now Callahan stepping in. Top 3 members of the Starfires order have recorded a hit. Big swing right there by Callahan for strike 1.
Good cut, never was.
Samid looking just to get out of this 9th inning without allowing a run, so New Britain rather can have their last ups. They trail by 2 as we're in the 9th inning. The 0-1 misses for ball 1. Meade once again out of Marymount, as both of these teams have showed up in the big pressure spots in a big pressure game. 1-1 misses outside. One of those things where if your manager comes down and says, hey, you're going to be on the mound tonight, it's going to be a broadcasted game on NESN, better give it your best stuff. And both of these pitchers from Westfield and New Britain have looked great tonight. Two and 1 in there for strike 2. Callahan, a little bit of a conversation there with the home plate umpire, evens the count at 2.
Yeah, and Callahan's had a couple stare downs with the home plate umpire tonight. He's taken a few different at-bats, some very close pitches for strikes.
2-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. Another strikeout for Meade, and there's 2 down, got him on the change.
Not the future bench warmers league. Clown.
Yeah, going to the circle change there. Callahan was looking for a fastball out in front. And, you know, Meade throws that pitch so effectively because he doesn't slow down his arm when he throws it. He just slows down the ball with his grip.
The ball ripped into center field. DiMartino is going to have himself a base hit. As an advance right there from Porcaro to second base. First and second, 2 outs. Good piece of hitting right there by DiMartino, just to drive it right into center field. It's the third time he's reached base. Also has a walk to his credit.
Yeah, not doing, trying to do too much there. Just going with the pitch. Hitting it right back where it came from. And now we'll see a mound visit from Carino. Could this be a pitching change? I mean, Meade has thrown a decent number of pitches.
Has thrown a solid amount of pitches, and with that now, first and second, 2 outs. You don't want to get too fancy here, but at the same time, if Meade's laboring out there and you need to just get 1 out, there's some guys in that bullpen that, can just do that.
I mean, also, with Jimenez due up, a righty coming up, perhaps you think in this situation they might try and bring a righty out of the pen, although it looks like they're going to let Meade go to work against Jimenez. And Jimenez, we talked about him in the open, one of the most dangerous hitters in this entire FCBL. But they've been able to contain him tonight. It's been a quiet night for Ramon Jimenez at the plate.
One thing with both of these teams, they trust their pitchers. There's not many games where you're going to see 6, 7 pitchers come out of the bullpen unless it's absolutely necessary. A lot of teams nowadays, especially in the major leagues, like to overthink things, the lefty-righty matchups, but a lot of trust built between the players and the managers of the Bees and Starfires. First pitch to Jimenez in there for strike 1 at the knees.
Yeah, Don, pitchers love that, when managers show that type of confidence in them. And, as an athlete, anytime you get benched, you'll often see, a coach or a manager in any sport benching someone, but giving them that pep talk, saying, I still believe in you. But you show confidence in an athlete, through your actions, not through what you say. As usually those, pep talks you get when you're getting pulled from games usually end up, feeling pretty meaningless. But, with the game on the line, maybe if you don't have your best stuff, when your manager keeps you out there on the mound, lets you try and, finish what you started, that means a lot for these pitchers, and they don't want to let their manager down.
Meade looking to get out of it. He's 1 strike away, as that drops right in there for strike 2. Jimenez in danger of striking out for the 3rd time. The 1-2, fouled down that 3rd baseline.
Yeah, Jimenez isn't going to go down without a fight. And I mean, in this situation, 1-2 count, Meade really throws whatever pitch he wants or whatever count. He can really throw him anything here.
1-2, got him, strike 3. Meade gets out of the jam again. High pressure spots, but not many runs as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Bees' last chance to tie this game up. Back here at New Britain Stadium, the bottom of the 9th inning coming up, and the last chance for the Bees to get on the scoreboard and possibly tie this game. I'm Don Porcaro, joined alongside Leverett Ball. Bottom of the 9th, here we go. Westfield with a 2-0 lead. And Leverett, so far the Bees' bats, they just have not been able to get much going.
Yeah, I mean, Don, we keep talking about home field advantage. I mean, this is the Bees' last chance to come back and tie up this game, and this crowd, like I said earlier, just electric. Obviously, Westfield giving Crawford a shot out of the pen. We talked earlier in the game, about, what a great two-way player he is.
And how about that? It is Reggie Crawford out of the pen. We saw him at first base, but now he's on the mound. Does have 2 saves with the Starfires, 1.68 ERA and 5 1/3 innings pitched. 5 hits, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. So how about that in the Futures League? The Starfires go with their first baseman and closer now to close out the game, looking for his 3rd save of the season. He's going to have to go through some tough Bees bats to get it. Martinez, Kane, and Tenney due up.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, Crawford a 2A prospect, but I really think his future is on the mound. Just with it, how few good lefty pitchers there are out there. He provides way more value than he does as, a first baseman and outfielder.
High fastball right there has Martinez ducking out of the way. That's Crawford's specialty. It's the hard fastball. Martinez 0 for 3 on the day, but does have that .319 batting average. 2 homers, 15 RBIs. 1-0 in there for strike one. And you got to wonder, Martinez probably the most dangerous bat in the next couple of batters. If Crawford, they wanted to start him off this inning to get that lefty-lefty matchup. 1-1, good breaking pitch, but just missed for ball 2.
Yeah, the Bees, you know, in a good spot in their lineup, you know, with Martinez, Kane, and Tenney.
Another one just missing. Crawford's hammering the outside part of that zone, but can't get the calls. 3-1, fouled back. Goes to a full count. One of the best prospects pitching-wise in the Futures League, going up against one of the best prospects hitting-wise in the Futures League. Crawford against Martinez. Big at bat here to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning. Inside fastball misses, leadoff walk to Martinez. And if you're Crawford, you want to try to end things as soon as possible before this New Britain crowd really starts to get into it. Goes up against Andrew Kane now. Kane 0 for 3 on the day with 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, and Kane, like I said, one of the best hitters on this Bees team, but slumping, you know, the perfect time to break out of here. One swing of the bat could tie this thing up. You know, obviously we talked about, you know, in FCBL, you know, with the home run derby that they used to decide games after 10 innings. And how much fun would that be to do, you know, in the first ever FCBL NESN broadcast?
There's that breaking ball in there for a strike 2. That's a good pitch by Crawford. And you mentioned earlier, Kane likes to hit the fastball, struggles with the off-speed stuff. So the last thing you want to do is leave a fastball right over the plate. Crawford may just stick with that pitch.
Yeah, in an 0-2, he can throw whatever he wants. And he's likely to try to get Kane to chase something out of the zone here.
Kane calls time. Kind of expected it was a long stare in from Crawford. Kane has the power to tie this game up with one swing of the bat. The 0-2. Got him on the curveball, strike 3. Kane goes down looking for the 4th time tonight. It froze him, and there's one away.
Yeah, tough night for Kane. 4 at-bats, no contact. As Garino will come in to have a word with Tenney. Or maybe with the home plate umpire.
And I think the question, at least from what I could see, it looks like there's going to be a pinch hitter. That was the debate.
Yeah, and it's Sochi.
Sochi is the pinch hitter here. So a little bit of plug and play here in the final inning. Tony Sochi out of Fairleigh Dickinson. 146 on the season, no home runs, 6 RBIs, but when you're down at that bottom of the order, trying to spark some life here in New Britain.
Yeah, and Sochi was a guy who was getting regular at-bats, you know, earlier in the season, but just got into a slump, you know, wasn't producing and benched. But, you know, he does have power.
First pitch misses up high for ball 1.
Mean, like you said, Don, with the bottom of the order coming up, doing whatever you can to try and get some offensive firepower here.
If the Starfires are able to hold on, this will be a big win for them. So 1-0, that's in there for strike 1. It's the Bees came in to this game as the hot team where the Starfires were struggling. Fairleigh Dickinson. Sochi's a .272 hitter, 7 home runs, 29 RBIs for his career. But in 2018, Attended UConn Avery Point, 304 average with 20 RBIs. Martinez on first. Sochi in the box. Sochi is that tying run. Todd Peterson waits on deck. Another breaking ball in there for a strike too, and he's been working that pitch so far.
Yeah, and I'm impressed with what I've seen from Crawford on the mound thus far. You know, for a guy who throws as hard as he does, he's, you know, really able to mix it up well and spot his breaking ball. And that's a lethal combination when you throw as hard as he does and can put your breaking ball wherever you want.
Strike three. Sochi goes down swinging. Back-to-back Ks. And there's 2 down now as Crawford has worked his way out so far with only 2 outs after that leadoff walk.
Yeah, and Todd Peterson, the Bees' last hope, and Peterson actually a teammate of Crawford who he's now hitting against. And, you know, Crawford, you know, was in the starting lineup tonight as the first baseman. Earlier in the game, Peterson actually hit a single, and he and Crawford were actually laughing it up at first base, having a conversation. But now going up against his buddy with the game on the line here.
Final chance for New Britain. And it gets away. Martinez will advance to second. Doesn't mean much in regards to the tie, but it at least eliminates that fielder's choice there at second.
And what's up with guys throwing at their college teammates tonight?
We've seen that a couple times tonight.
I mean, obviously not intentional in that situation, but, you know, we saw Jimenez get plunked by his BC teammate earlier. As now Peterson nearly hit by the fastball from Crawford.
2-0, another breaking ball in there for strike one. He's been placing that pitch perfectly throughout the night. Reggie Crawford just unleashing that hard fastball, following up with that nasty breaking ball. 2-1, you see it again for strike two. He's down to the last strike.
Yeah, Peterson's gonna have to protect the plate here. And Bagdasarian waiting in the on-deck circle if Peterson can reach.
2-2, Peterson calls time. Reggie Crawford looking for his 3rd save of the season with the Starfires. 2-2, check swing, did he offer? He did not. Ball gets away. Martinez will advance to 3rd.
Yeah, not really a meaningful advance there for Martinez. Obviously, you know, Peterson represents the tying run at the plate. Just gave his teammate, college teammate Crawford, a pat on the shoulder there when Crawford went in to get another baseball. You know, you'll see that, you know, with, you know, a base runner and a first baseman. Not often you see a buddy-buddy moment between a pitcher and a hitter.
Game on the line, and there's ball 4. Peterson advances to 1st.
Yeah, maybe Peterson was, you know, trying to soften him up, you know, take away his competitive fire, trying to draw the walk there.
A little bit of friendly competition, and now it's Ryan Bagdasarian, the final chance.
Yeah, and I'm guessing, you know, if Crawford had struck him out there, he would have probably, you know, given Peterson a consoling hug. Gotta love the camaraderie between the UConn Huskies.
So Bagdasarian, 254 on the season, 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch misses high for ball 1. A ball in the gap could tie this game.
Yeah, and you know, if Bagdasarian hits a double here, you know, with 2 outs, they're gonna send Peterson.
Check swing, no offer there, 2-0. Bagdasarian up now. And Donahue waits on deck. That's the top of the lineup for the Bees. 2-0 taking all the way in there for strike one. The 2-1, strike two, a big swing right there by Bagdasarian. And again, the Bees down to their final strike. A lot of high pressure moments in this game so far. The pitchers have won a majority of them. Reggie Crawford looking to slam the door. The 2-2. Fouled back. We'll do it again.
Bagdasarian battling here. Able to foul that ball off, keep the at-bat alive, but this is such a tough spot to be in. You know, a 2-strike count against a guy like Crawford who has devastating off-speed stuff, but also a plus fastball.
The 2-2. Just misses. Bagdasarian lays off. Almost looked like he wanted to go around, but held up. A lot of drama in this game. A lot of full counts, big situations. The biggest of them all, the full count pitch. Ball forward, bases loaded.
And that'll load up the bases.
And so now, with the top of the order up, Zach Donahue stepping in, the bases are loaded. And it may only take a single for this game to be tied.
Yeah, unbelievable. The tying run now at second base in Peterson. You know, Peterson, a big guy at 6'6". He's actually a lot faster than he looks.
First pitch big, swing and a miss. Donahue does have 2 walks, but in order to drive that tying run in, he'll need at least a single. The 0-1. Broken bat, heads up. And I don't think that bat broke. I think that just slipped right out of the hands of Donahue.
But interesting because he actually got a piece of that ball, fouled it off, and lost the bat all in one motion.
Starfires dugout went ducking as it went just to the right side.
Yeah, but you know, they teach hitters to have that loose grip. You know, you don't want to restrict your bat speed. But sometimes bats will just slip out of your hands. You see that at the pro level sometimes as well.
The 0-2 to Donahue in the dirt. Good block right there by DiMartino.
Yeah, and 0-2 count. Crawford wanted him to chase.
30th pitch of the inning for Crawford, looking to slam the door. Strike 3, got him. And the Starfires walk away victorious. A 2-0 pitchers duel here in New Britain. But the visiting Starfires take the first game of the Futures League 3-game set. 2-0 the final, 8 hits for the Starfires, 3 for New Britain. And Leverett, a lot of high-pressure situations in that game.
No question, and drama right down until the end. I mean, we had a bases loaded, 2-out situation there with Donahue up at the plate. But give Crawford credit. Pitching with the ice in his veins, able to maintain his composure and strike out Donahue and close it out. But I mean, Don, I think this is, I speak for a lot of people saying this is, a really fun game to take in. Everyone here at the ballpark was so into it, so fired up. The energy was incredible. And what an awesome night. Like we talked about earlier, this is the first FCBL game in the league's history to make it onto NESN. A great night, for the league, for these teams, and for the New Britain community.
It'll be Nick Domkowski, the starter, 6 innings, no runs, no hits, 9 strikeouts. For the New Britain Bees, they fall to 10-16 on the year. The Westfield Starfires, 10-14 on the season. Thank you all of us, or thank you everyone for joining us here for the Futures League first game of the 3-game set. On behalf of my broadcast partners, Leverett Ball, Emma Carmen, Matt Satilli, and our entire PAC Network crew, I'm Dom Porcaro. Once again, final score, Westfield Starfires 2, New Britain Bees 0. Good night from New Britain.